Well, now to a NewsNation exclusive. Mexican cartels equipping migrants with survival kits to help them remain undetected as they cross the southern border. Everything from camouflage hoodies and pants to special carpet booties that go over shoes to cover their tracks so border agents can't detect them. NewsNation border correspondent Allie Bradley spoke with the vice president of the Border Patrol Council about how this all works. Take a listen.
The interesting part of this kit, though, is this. These are the carpet booties. So you can see my tracks right now are leaving tracks in the dirt. But when you put these carpet booties over your shoes, and they go over any pair of shoes, it makes it so that you're not leaving any track.
So we want to bring in Ron Vitiello now, former Chief of U.S. Border Control and former Acting Deputy Director of U.S. Customs and Border Protection, also the former Director of ICE. Ron, it's good to see you again. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you, Natasha.
First, I'd like to get your reaction to NewsNation reporting of those carpet shoes being used by smugglers to go undetected at the border. And the cartels also reportedly guaranteeing now the migrants 3 attempts at crossing the border. Is this an escalation or more brazen than what we saw even just a few years ago?
Well, they're being enriched with the kind of volume that we're seeing at the border these last couple of years. And so they've always been very bold. They've always used these kinds of tactics, the guarantee for the smuggling fee, et cetera. But there's just so much activity at the border now that these cartels and these smugglers are again, they're being enriched because there's so many people in the pipeline, so many people at the southwest border, so many people, transiting Mexico that gives them enormous level of resources, and that allows them to iterate. That allows them to see what works as it relates to smuggling people, like the camouflage, like the carpet booties. And if that doesn't work, they'll change to something else. And so it's up to the men and women on the front line to find out these schemes and try to put a stop to it.
And our own Allie Bradley was saying that in the past she was used to seeing migrants trying to cross wearing all dark clothing, and now she's seeing more advanced gear, camouflage out there, the carpet booties that don't leave footprints. You've been on the ground out there, of course, for so many years. Help us understand. Does this make a tangible difference? Is it that much harder for Border Patrol to actually find these migrants and apprehend them?
It makes it more difficult, but the skill and techniques that agents and officers use, we're always trying to up that game as well, right? The reason that we know about carpet booties is because we caught people wearing them. There are really good, what we call sign cutters, people who can follow the tracks in the brush. They know when it's carpet and when it's not. And so they get good at it. But this is what smugglers do. And again, the problem that the Border Patrol has now is there's not enough of them on the front line. They're being tasked with the care and comfort of all the people that are in custody, and so there's not as many of them that need to be on the line out there.
Yeah. What do you make of the unsealed indictment, meanwhile, that says that the Sinaloa cartel, and specifically the Sons of El Chapo, were feeding enemies to tigers, sometimes alive? Is this typical of the Sinaloa cartel specifically? Does that detail surprise you at all?
No, these cartels, ruthless. They will do anything to have power and make money, selling drugs, killing people, extortion. They steal petroleum. They'll do whatever they can to stay in power, including brutalization of their enemies.
And we've spoken about fentanyl at length before. Also in that same indictment, descriptions of the Sinaloa cartel testing their fentanyl before sending it to the U.S. by injecting enemies until they died, tied down. And actually specifically that when they found one batch that was deadly, they still sent it to the U.S. What does this indictment tell you about the cartel's regard for American lives?
Well, it's insight about what they care about. What they care about is power and money. And in Sinaloa's case, there are large parts of that state that they control. And so this is going to be a terrible problem it's already a terrible problem for the hardworking men and women of Mexico. It's a challenge at our border. And that stuff's coming into the United States in record numbers. We're seeing death and destruction all over the country because of it. And these cartels, again, they'll stop at nothing.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.